Are you curious to know how many thousands of dollars some black metal vinyl records are sold these days? What makes these records so collectible and why are they in such high demand? I made a top 10 with the most sought after black metal records in this video, and I'll tell you all the details you want to know. I will tell you also their current prices and the highest prices sold online in marketplaces like eBay, Discogs and Vinylum. Perhaps you may at some point see them in front of you at a low price. It's good to know their real value and get them. So find out today which these records are and get ready. It will be an exciting video. Hi everybody, I'm Yannis and I like to tell stories about metal music, music history and collectible metal vinyl records. Thank you for being with me and watching this video, and I propose you to see the rest of my videos as soon as this video is over. I am sure you will find very interesting content to watch. Black metal is a subgenre that entered our metal life in quite an unusual way if anyone remembers all the events in Norway in the early 90s. Suddenly, an underground metal subgenre gained tremendous publicity, and still, 30 years later, the myth around black metal is enormous. The vinyl records released back then were aimed at a very few fans, so their versions were limited. But even some black metal records released after 15 or 20 years in limited runs have a high value. Over the years, many people, old and new collectors, wanted to get these records, which result in their prices going up, and in my opinion, prices will continue to go up. Most of the records I will mention today are part of the history of black metal. For example, the Deathcrash EP of Mayhem is a part of black metal history. Euronymous, Mayhem's guitarist, and the essential man in what we call black metal, enclosed letters he had written himself in many of Mayhem's records he sold. There is no doubt that an authentic copy of Deathcrash carries the history of Mayhem and the history of Norwegian black metal. Many people want to acquire a piece of this history, and that raises the price. Another exciting thing is that these records have low production, the vocals are often repulsive, some lyrics express hatred, but they have an artistic value. It is a dark, heavy and black art. Maybe not everyone can recognize this, but many people see it, recognize it and want to have it. No vinyl record becomes collectible and expensive if it has no musical value, and this is something we should not forget. If the copies of a record are 100 and 150 serious collectors from all over the world believe that this record is a masterpiece, this is enough to raise the record's value at high prices. And after this little introduction that I think solved some questions, let's look at the top 10 of the most expensive records. But before I begin, let me reference a remarkable album, The Fire and Steel of Icelander's Flames of Hell, released in 1987. Although in the history of black metal, this album is not mentioned much, dealers and those who sell it refer to it as a black thrash album. The music of the album, to my ears at least, is a mix of Venom, Hellhammer and Suri Thangol on vocals. It sounds strange, obscure and unique, with lots of original ideas in the music, weird combination of sounds, and maybe that's why some have to pay a lot of money to get it. I would describe it as an album with Venom influences and a little primitive black metal aura. It's worth checking and listening to it if you haven't already. The album has pressed in 100 copies, but most of them destroyed due to a sleeve printing error. The price is complicated to calculate because the original copies that have appeared for sale are very few. In recent times, however, 2 vinyl copies have been sold. One in 2014 for $4,040 after 14 bids, and one in 2020 for $2,700, which is for me pretty impressive. So far there are no reissues. After the end of the list, I have a bonus collectible and expensive vinyl record related to the list, for which I'm sure you want to know. More in a few minutes. Now let me move quickly to the top 10. For number 10, I have chosen a record and a band that paved the way for Norwegian black metal. I'm talking about Bathory's first self-titled album, released in 1984. The specific version is called The Yellow Goat by the color of the cover. Bathory's first album may not have some critical features of black metal, such as blast beats or the famous tremolo picking. It may look like an evil version of thrash metal rather than the early Norwegian black metal. Still, the atmosphere, the image, the lyrics, the energy and the vocal style all played a massive role in the formation and evolution of the genre. The original version was released in just 1,000 copies, and the price for a mint copy is estimated at around $2,700. One thing worth noting, and which I will analyze at some point in another video, is that the seller's online reliability determines many times the price that a rare record will be sold. For example, for a seller with little rating, it's tough to sell such a record expensive. At the same time, an established and 100% positive feedback seller sells something very quickly and perhaps more expensively. Maybe that's why a copy of Yellow Goat in very good plus condition was sold for $3,000 in May 2020. It is also worth noting Quorthon's discomfort that the Yellow Goat was sold at high prices when it was still sold for $100 back in the 90s. You can watch afterwards the detailed video that I have made exclusively for Yellow Goat and which I assure you is very informative. For Bathory's first album, some reissues cost around $20. At number 9 I have the Germans Catharsis with the album 666. 666 was released in 2000 in 200 hard-numbered copies and is the first full-length album for Germany's band. 666 is a raw traditional first-era black metal album and a worship on Darkthrone. Sharp guitar riffs, aggressive sound, lo-fi production, all the excellent stuff is included here. All the fans of early Norwegian black metal must listen to this album. The current price for an original mint copy is about $900. The highest price sold is $1,025 in 2014 after 37 bids. Unfortunately, there is no reissue so far on vinyl for this album. For number 8 I have chosen the album Taste Our German Steel of also Germans Moonblood. Taste Our German Steel is the second and final album of the Moonblood and was released in 2000. It is raw, icy and cold black metal following in the footsteps of early Darkthrone. The album contains all the classic Norwegian black metal characteristics such as very fast and chaotic guitar leads, restless drumming, evil and grim vocals. The album was released in 100 hand-numbered copies and its price is about $1,400. The highest price sold is $1,750 in 2018 after 2 bids. It has been re-released in a black and white cover in a 2019 reissue that someone can buy for about $25. For number 7, I have chosen the Death Before Dishonor album from Goatmoon. Death Before Dishonor of the Finnish project Goatmoon is an early Norwegian black metal style release in which someone can also find some Viking metal and folk metal elements. This album's guitar riffs are insane and they create great epic melodies with which this album grabs you by the throat. This piece of music is evil, raw and powerful. If you seek excellent traditional black metal music with a perfect lo-fi under a funeral moon production, you should listen to it. Death Before Dishonor was released in 2006 in 110 hand-numbered copies and contained a lyrics insert, a poster and a bonus CDR. The current price for an original mint copy with the poster is about $1,000. The highest price sold is $1,200 in 2018 after 51 bids. It has been re-released in 2018 reissue at 200 pieces and someone can buy it for about $80. At number 6 I have the Norwegians Satyricon with the album Dark Medieval Times. This album is a unique black metal album with atmospheric, symphonic and a few folk elements. This album's feeling is heavy and dark, the guitars are sharp and the songs have variety and exciting ideas. It's highly recommended for all the fans of atmospheric black metal. It is an absolute classic of the Norwegian scene. The album was released in 1994 and 500 copies and 100 records contained a folded poster. The current price for an original mint copy with a poster is about $2,000. The highest price sold is $2,350. There is still no reissue for this record. At number 5, I placed the Norwegian Darkthrone with the album Transylvanian Hunger. Transylvanian Hunger is simply a masterpiece and an inspiring record for the black metal scene. The album contains fast and diabolical riffs, straightforward drumming and has a more aggressive and cold approach from their previous albums, a cold as ice classic. The album was released in 1994 and is the most expensive of the group's first 4 albums. After this video, you can watch more details and why this record is so collectible in the video I've made exclusively for the Transylvanian Hunger LP, which I'm sure you will like. For an original mint copy is about $1,700 and the highest price sold so far is $2,000 on Discogs. At number 4, I have the French Mutilation with the album Vampires of Black Imperial Blood. I don't remember where, but someone has characterized Mutilation music as a depressive black metal, and is right. The record is raw, not always well played, not always well sung, but it hides an unsuspected compositional intelligence and a balance between fury and despair. The album was released in 1995, first on CD in limited 1,000 copies, which costs around 100 euros. It was re-released on a double gatefold vinyl record in 1999 in 100 numbered copies. The current price for an original mint copy is about $1,600. The highest price sold so far is $2,000. There are reissues that one can obtain for about $30. For number 3, I have chosen a band's record which is a shame they are no longer active. Akalog's Pale Folklore. Akalog may not be a pure black metal band. I have read to call their music grey metal. Still, the atmospheric black metal elements they have in their music make them a respectful band in the community of progressives, at least black metal fans. The lack of technical skill and composition experience is evident in this album, but Pale Folklore has many excellent ideas. This album sounds incredibly organic and the atmosphere here is icy and melancholic. Pale Folklore was released on CD in 1999 and in 2005 was re-released in 3 vinyl versions. The first version was 400 pieces in double blue vinyl and costs around $150. The second was in white blue splatter vinyl and costs around $300. And the third and most expensive was a limited numbered edition, also in white blue splatter vinyl within a wooden box. The price of such an issue is about $1,100. The most expensive one sold so far is $1,350. There are reissues without a wooden box, which costs around $40 to $50. Okay, I know you like this video, and that's why you've been watching it so far, and I want to thank you. But you have to show it to me and give me a signal to make more exciting videos like this. I plan to shoot some great videos, so subscribe, press the like button, press the bell button to be notified as soon as I have them ready. Thank you. For number 2, I have chosen the Aske of Burzum. Aske is not a full-length album, but an EP that contains 2 songs and a re-recorded version of A Lost Forgotten Sad Spirit from the Burzum album. The vinyl, released in 1,000 copies, and some Zippo lighters with the cover photo were created and given to record stores. These days it is tough to find someone who sells Aske with a lighter. A price for a copy without the lighter is about $2,000. In the Discogs, the highest price sold is $2,350 without knowing further details. In 2017, only the lighter sold on eBay for $700. In September of 2020, the Aske EP and the lighter sold for $5,000 US. Re-releases of Burzum Aske cost around $30 to $35. I have also made a fairly detailed and fascinating video about the history of Aske, as well as about price fluctuations over the last 15 years, which you can see after this video. For number 1, I have chosen one of black metal's most essential vinyl records. Mayhem's Deathcrash EP is the first release on vinyl for the Norwegian band and was released in 1987. Deathcrash is also the first black metal release from the Norwegian scene. It's brutal, absolutely raw and primitive black metal. Let's say it's a thrash EP with black aesthetics. The groove is great and the guitar riffs are tremendous and memorable. Mayhem and Euronymous in particular played a significant role in what we call black metal, and Deathcrash is an important item of that period. The 1,000 vinyl records were numbered by the hand of Euronymous. He had also written his name on the back cover under his photograph because the printing plant had not printed it. All this is enough to make the record so collectible. That's why the price of the original vinyl is around $3,000. The highest price sold is $3,380 in 2014 after 24 bids. Some reissues cost around $40 to $50, but as anyone can understand, especially for this record, it's not the same. And the bonus I wanted to talk to you about is for a rare version of Venom's album Black Metal. Venom is the first black metal band. They placed the foundation stone for what we call black metal. They had the satanic image, the raw sound, and the aliases, all elements used by the later black metal bands. Also with this album they invented the term black metal. Venom's black metal album in red vinyl is the band's most collectible and expensive vinyl album, and there are few copies known at the moment in the world. Some people talk about 2 copies only. The highest price sold is $3,950 in 2013 after 4 bids. I hope you liked this video and I want to thank you for watching it to the end. That means you found it interesting and I'm happy about that. Other exciting videos are waiting for you to watch on this channel. More are coming, so subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to see these exciting videos when I upload them. Enjoy music, enjoy life, enjoy vinyl. See you all in the next video. Bye.